Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today on our weekly tips and tricks video, we are going to be doing a Jeep JL front grille. So it's a Wrangler. It's one of the newer 2018, 2019, I believe, something like that. Anyways, pretty much brand new grill. So customer has wanted us to do it in the carbon fiber. Of course, one of our very realistic carbon fibers. It is the CF282. We've done it before in a couple of videos. Apparently everybody loves that, and so again you're going to get another look at this on a little bit bigger scale with the grill. So there's a couple of things that we've got going on that I kind of want to just share with you guys. We have the grill in here. We've already blasted it down. We've already prepped it out, wiped it down. It's ready to go. And so this came in bare plastic. You can see that we've got a little bit of taping all the way up in here. That's mainly just because we wanted to make sure that we don't get any of the overspray or anything like that on the actual plastic part of the grill. And so that's actually riveted in there, so we can't take it off, so we're just going to tape it up. That way it looks a lot more like factory and you get a better look overall. And so with this one, what we've done is we could have just set it right down on the table, but to get a better finish, we actually lifted all of it up and put it all on cups. And you can see how we've got our cups kind of set up here, and it makes it really nice for the end user, which would be like us, painting it, because we can actually go all the way around. We can easily access all of these spots all the way around it, as well as getting a good coverage all the way on the sides, and even coming down here and getting this bottom edge. If the bottom edge was sitting on the table, then we wouldn't be able to get as good of a coating on that bottom edge. And even though it's on the bottom, it's still something to remember, because you don't want to have a half coating, or you don't want something to where you've got a big old lip under there where it's built up from where the bottom edge has hit the actual table, and now you've got a buildup right in here. So you don't want that. So that's why we raised everything up on these cups like this, so then that way we can get to it all the way around the entire part, and then we're able to do it. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and put some adhesion promoter on this. We're going to primer it, paint it, and then of course, as you guys definitely want to see, we're going to be dipping it. So stay tuned and we'll be back here in a minute. Okay, so now we are on to the fun part of dipping our Jeep JL grill. And so in this case, because the grill is longer than the width of our film, we have to actually roll it out long ways, and we're going to have a little bit of excess up here that we'll trim off later. But this is actually going to look really good, but it is a bigger piece. So there's a couple of things to remember. We have this line that goes right down around in here and all the way back up. And the main thing that you want to remember is that that could possibly trap air, which could prevent it from getting the film all the way inside there. The other thing is that we have these big holes and these big slots in all of this grill here. I'm not too worried about that, because mainly the film will actually just roll right inside all of these slots and all of these holes like this. So of course you're going to have stretch back down in these areas here. In these areas right here, there's no way around that. You can come back in, you can airbrush it in black if you wanted to give it a little bit extra look, or if you wanted to leave it with that little bit of stretch, that's just essentially what you can do as well. But there's no way really around that. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to cut our film, get everything ready to lay down. We've already got the film laid the way that it's going to sit down on the water. So I'm going to take this, I've got plenty of room over here, and I'm going to cut across here and then back down. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take, and I've got plenty of room on this side, and I'm going to have plenty of room on this side. So in this case, I'm just going to take this and cut it all the way across, just like that. So now that that takes care of the length of it, now I need a little bit of the width taken off of it, because I don't need to activate and lay down that whole entire film just for this grill. And so we can take and set this grill just like so, and then we'll probably cut it right about, actually, right about here. So then that way we have room and extra all the way around the entire film to make sure that we get a good dip all the way around, and we have plenty of film to go ahead and stretch around in all these areas. So it's not going to be a lot of stretch, but still it's something to just kind of keep in mind whenever you are laying everything out. So got our employee Tyler here. He's going to be helping us today, and so he's going to be helping me set this actually down into the water. So on larger pieces like this, it's definitely a lot easier to have an extra hand. All right, so now that we got that in the water, again, 60 seconds on our timer, and we're going to pull our dividers down in as close as possible, and then I'll pull this divider in here just like that. So we got a little bit of a bubble right there. Go ahead and blow it out. Again, I'm not going to be dipping right there, but just to make sure that we get it, get everything looking good. You can do it if you want. If not, then it's no big deal to have a little bubble right there. Again, if it was right here, you might want to get that out. So got about 30 seconds left. I'm going to grab some gloves on, and then we're going to get started. So a couple of things you want to make sure of whenever you're doing a bigger piece like that is, of course, make sure that you activate everything slowly and the way that it needs to. Don't get in a hurry with it. Other thing you want to make sure of is that you always keep it at an angle. So then that way you don't trap any air as you're going down into the water. So we got 60 seconds on the timer. On this one, I'm actually going to be spraying it like this all the way through, and we'll get started. Alright, so now that we've got that, everything looks good on the water, and so now we're going to start at an angle, and we're going to start just going down very slowly and easily all the way down into the water. Now again, you want to make sure that you keep an angle all the way as you're going down into the water. And so once you've got that, we'll kind of move this around, get a little bit of that film out away from it. And there you go. That is a carbon fiber JL Jeep grill. Looks very good. Customer's definitely going to love it. So we'll get this thing rinsed off, get some clear on it, and then this thing will be looking really good, and the customer's definitely going to love it. Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So we've got everything all clear coated. Everything looks really good with this front grille for the Jeep JL, and came out awesome. So I definitely think the customer's going to love it. We went ahead and we shot this with a couple of coats of our it's our C500, or it's our high solids glamour clear. Great product to use. Threw a little bit of reducer in there, really slicked it out good, and it came out really awesome. So I think that the customer is definitely going to love this, and the dip and everything came out awesome. Everything came out really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know we always do. If you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button and get those weekly tips and tricks for any of your coating needs, whether it be for custom painting to hydrographics to cerakote or anything in between, we're always here to help you guys out. So also hit the thumbs up button if you like it, and you know, we'd love to hear from you on any other videos or anything like that that you might have. Definitely let us know, and we'll definitely try to get in the lineup. So I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and we're making hydrographics great again. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.